geldiniz. Büyükelçimiz. Oh, thank you very much for your invitation. Nice to see you again.
Distinguished guests, good afternoon. We shall begin in the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent. I request Mr. Ghulam Farid for the recitation of Holy Quran.
Yes. First of all, I have to express my gratitude to Ambassador for his kind invitation. I'm very happy to be here and to address such a distinguished audience. As you know, tomorrow, March 8th, International Women's Day. It is an important day because it gives us an opportunity to express our economic, political and social rights again and again. However, it's not enough because we are struggling all kinds of difficulties every day during the year. So I have to mention that we have to struggle with all difficulties that threatened equality between men and women during the year. And I believe that we shall overcome all kinds of inequalities as long as we supported each other. Thank you so much for listening to me. And I have to mention that I can stay here for a short time because I'm invited for another meeting. Thank you so much.
I'm very honored to be invited for Women's Leadership event and be with you all on this special occasion. As mentioned before, I'm the first female archer to win a gold medal at the Paralympic Games in Turkish history, also world champion title. It's every athlete's dream to crown their dedication, effort and training with a medal. And when our medals encourage other people, especially women, to follow their dreams and encourage them to set goals for themselves, our success and happiness take on another dimension. Both as a woman and as an athlete, I'm also very honored and very happy when my success, athletic success, encourages other women and pave the way for them. As our founder of Republic, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, and our founding values of our Republic underline, the development and prosperity of a society are only possible when there is equal opportunities for women and they had a leading role in society. So it's our responsibility for advocating for equality and challenging gender stereotypes. Thank you again for your invitation, Mr. Ambassador.
Etmek isterim. Böylesine anlamlı ve özel etkinliklerde bir Türk kadını olarak burada bulunmaktan duyduğum memnuniyeti ifade etmek isterim. Ve tüm katılımcıların da 8 Mart Dünya Kadınlar Günü'nü kutluyorum. Daha iyi bir çalışma koşulu ile siyasal ve toplumsal hak talepleriyle birlikte kadınların önce toplumsal yerleri güçlenmiş, ardından da lider kadınlar toplumsal hayatta yerlerini almışlardır. Bizim de hem Kurtuluş Savaşı'nda hem de devamında kadınlarımızın liderlik vasıflarıyla toplumda çok önemli roller üstlendiklerini söyleyebiliriz. 21 Mart 1923 günü Türk milletinin kurucusu ve Cumhuriyetimizin kurucusu, kurtarıcısı ve kurucusu Büyük Önderimiz Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, dünyada hiçbir milletin kadını ben Anadolu kadınından daha fazla çalışan.
I would like to thank His Excellency for this great initiative. Only a man raised by a great strong woman would take such an initiative, and also, as we can see, a great country who gives the right value for the woman. So thank you so much. I am very honored and pleased to be among ladies with such experience and success. It is really an honor. As the wife, or as the president of the spouses of head of mission in Ankara, which we are supposed to be the ladies or the heroes behind the scenes, actually, I would say that society is the woman. It's the woman who raises the man who will take her rights, because I believe that we have enough laws. We should continue fighting for them. I believe that religion, all of religion, has had already given women their rights, but maybe the practice or the application is somehow misdone. So it's the turn of the woman, the wife, the mother, the organizer at home, to raise a son that will know that him and his wife or his partner will complete each other, that both of us have the same rights. So our rights are not really women rights, it's actually human rights. Thank you so much.
You know, Your Excellencies, dear friends and dear guests, it's a pleasure to be here today, and happy International Women's Day to everyone. And you know, some people ask, why do we celebrate International Women's Day? Why isn't there an International Men's Day? And I say, when there is equality, you know, for both genders, then we can celebrate International Human Day. But then, since then, I think we have to stuck with this International Women's Day. I grew up in a society at a time with the phrase that it's all very dear to our hearts, and it is Jibe Pakistan. So those who are around 50s will remember actually the phrase Jibe Pakistan. Pakistan has always been dear to us. Brother Pakistan, Kardeş Pakistan, it's still in our lips. Well, since independence, Turkish women, Pakistani women, and I'm seeing great examples here today, achieved many, many great things when given the opportunity. Okay, so my other colleagues also emphasize this, the opportunity. So the problem is actually achieving or accessing these equal opportunities, right? So women's participation, according to UN Women in Turkey, women's participation in labor markets is as low as 35%. Wow. Okay, so the participation in decision-making processes in Turkey is also quite low, I'm afraid. 22 in private sector, you know, and 27 point something, I think 27.7 in Turkish Foreign Ministry as ambassadors, female ambassadors. We'll see great examples also here today. And 33% in universities as professors. So yes, Turkish women are educators, right? Not only inside the family, but also at the schools, at the universities, but they only come up to a certain level, and there is always this glass ceiling which we have to struggle to pull down. But we have to continue struggling, we have to continue fighting until we reach these equal rights. And I'm very glad here today to see that men are also beside us in achieving these equal opportunities, and hopefully sustaining more peaceful and equitable societies. Thank you again.
Let me start by thanking all of you for being around. Basically, we are here to celebrate a day. But I'll start by telling what happened between me and my mom, something like 45 years back. In Pakistan, there was no big fashion of holding Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, this day, that day, when I was growing up. Now it is a big thing over there. But I had come from Europe, so I had seen this events. So on the Mother's Day, I went to my mom and handed her a flower. Actually, it was a bouquet. And she said, "What is this?" I said, "Okay, this is something for you for your Mother's Day." She said, "Okay, do you love me only on Mother's Day?" I said, "Okay, no, Mom, I love you every day." She said, "Then be normal. Be the same person for all 365 days in your life." And this is how I feel about the Women's Day. We don't have to celebrate a particular date like 8th March. It is a feeling that we should carry for 365 days, 24 hours, every minute, every second, because women are equal. I'm not saying they are superior, I'm not saying they are inferior, they are equal. But more than equal in the sense that they are the nursery from which we all evolve. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in a hadith said that beneath the feet of the woman, of the mother, are the gates for the heaven. So when you are walking towards your final culmination point, which for every Muslim and other faith believers is heaven, who is the precursor to that? That is the woman. And that is how they should be. The world has seen a transition because of the physical power which was emancipated or enunciated by men for so many centuries, rather thousands of years. But now the transition has taken place. Now the world has moved on. I've heard very illuminating things by various speakers, and I'm sure none of them was not correct. They were 100% correct. But to me, it's an evolving situation where we are very close to being equal to each other. History is now, if not fully in terms of equality, very close to equality in having great names of women in the history. When we look back in our own period, we see very, very towering names. We see in Germany, we see in England, we see in Pakistan, even in Turkey, women going to the highest positions. America was very close to getting the first American First Lady. They lost out. Hopefully soon they will. In sports, they've made their marks. The books which I've read most are written by women. They have been my favorite. When you read Emily Bronte and Charlotte Bronte, you realize what life is all about. Similarly, when you move into the other domains of social work, in terms of science, in terms of achievements, who will forget Madame Curie? We always talk about Alfred Nobel, but there are bigger names, if not bigger than him, equal names. So for me, it is a very equal proposition now. Unfortunately, what has happened in the name of gender, or in the name of control, to be very honest, people have relegated in the past the women to an inferior position, which I think is now over. It's only a question of few more decades when this talk would not even be there. It's my perception, it's my hope, it's my dream. But I'm pretty sure, because of my understanding, that this day is not very far. This gathering that we have today is in the same direction. I could have held this function on Mother's Day, I could have done it on Father's Day, on any other day, but the reason I purposely chose this day was to express my solidarity with all the women who are achievers, who have been oppressed, or whatever felt in the life. This is how it should be, that we have to stand by things which were not on the correct side of the history. We have to rectify them, we have to move on, and we have to do something about it. I will not take a lot of time between you and the food which is waiting for you. So I'm very grateful to all of you for being around, especially for those people who made the speeches, but it doesn't mean that I'm not grateful to those who could not make a statement because of the paucity of the time. I think the speakers were also expressing on behalf of all those people who could not get an opportunity to speak. And I'm sure in future gatherings, not maybe on the Women's Day, but on other aspects, we will continue to meet. And I'm extremely grateful to my sister, Shabnam Madam, for mentioning Pakistan. When you were talking about Pakistan, I was watching a clip before that, you know, in one of the cutouts, there was a picture of Mrs. Nawaz Sharif and Madam Erdogan sitting together. And incidentally, the lady sitting next to them was my elder sister. So that reminded me most of the time what happened at that time. And I remember Madam Erdogan had said in that very occasion that in Turkey we are ensuring that the progress is there, but no progress will be there unless the women participate. So let me culminate on this aspect that the society, whether it is emotional, whether it is physical, whether it is economic, whether it is familyhood, whether it is any field of life, will never progress unless we give equal right to the women. Thank you for coming.